Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Currently On podcast. It is Sunday, August the 9th, 2020. It is currently 4:58 p.m. Central Time, and in this episode of the Currently On podcast, we're going to talk about what's currently on. Are you ready for it? We're going to talk about what's currently on the Billboard 200 chart, because I'm holding the new Billboard 200 chart right here in my hands. I know you can't see it, and it's not paper, so I can't make that paper sound. That's my iPad. Okay, it's on my iPad. All right, does that count? Does that count? I know I need to make that sound of paper, but I don't have any paper near me. All right, so yes, we're going to talk about what's on the Billboard 200 chart. What's currently on the Billboard 200 chart? Got to get that shameless plug in for the Currently On podcast. What's currently on the Billboard 200 chart? And obviously, we're not going to look at all 200 albums. We'll just look at some of the things that are at the top. And do you know what number one is? Oh, come on. You know what number one is? What's number one for the second week is Taylor Swift's Folklore. It's number one for the second week in a row. But there is an interesting statistic here. I think that's important. Taylor Swift's Folklore holds atop the Billboard 200 albums chart for a second week, earning 135,000 equivalent album units in the U.S. in the week ending August the 6th. According to Nielsen Music, the set is down 84% from its opening of 846,000 units, the biggest week for any album in 2020. Please note it's down 84%. This is what happens so much with music in 2020. It drops. Everybody's like, whoa! They tune in and then woof, they disappear relatively quick. They move on to other things. But it still was enough to keep her at number one. That's great. I think the album deserves multiple listens. I think really you need 10 listens of the album at a minimum. I really do. It's a beautiful piece of work. It's a beautiful piece of art. It needs to be appreciated. And it's going to be a part of her legacy. I think I've stated it in every time I've talked about Taylor Swift's Folklore. This is the album she was born to make. I don't know if she would have ever made it without the disruption of her tour because of COVID-19, but whatever the unfortunate circumstances that brought this about, it's going to be a part of her legacy, and I think it will be well received in the future when people look back on it. I think it's going to be viewed as a classic album that's going to stand the test of time. I really do. Congratulations to Taylor Swift. Congratulations on a beautiful piece of work, a beautiful piece of art, and it's down 84%. Is that the number? 84%. That tells me there's a very good chance that she won't be number one next week. Okay. I think that there's a very good chance that's going to happen. All right. So she dropped down 84%. Let's see here what else we have. Yeah, and then they break it down a little bit more. A pair of former number ones are next on the Billboard 200. Pop Smoke's Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon climbs to 4-2 with 97,000 equivalent album units, though down 9%. So number two is on the way down as well. Juice WRLD's Legend Never Dies is steady at number three with 88,000 units, down 18%. The original Broadway cast recording of Hamilton, an American musical, rises one spot to number four with 66,000 units, but it's down 7%. Lil Baby's former leader, My Turn, ascends 7-5 with 50,000 units. It's down 5%. Please note all the albums are down. All the albums are down, so we just need some new big releases to move up, to move to the forefront. Now, remember, Luke Bryan released an album on Friday. I think we may need to be on the lookout for that. Luke Bryan may be the kind of album that may have enough support from a broad audience that could possibly jump. If it does, I don't know how long it will last, but that's one I would look to possibly make a jump. Let's see here. Blame It On Baby is one of the 10 R&B and hip-hop albums released in 2020 that have been reissued in a deluxe format with additional tracks. DaBaby. Okay, I don't know if I read this. DaBaby, Blame It On Baby returns to the top 10, skipping 11 down to 6 with 43,000 equivalent album units, up 47%. So DaBaby's Blame It on the Baby is up, but it was a reissue with 10 additional tracks. All right, the LP debuted at number 1 on May the 2nd. So the reason this is up, it's a reissue with 10 additional tracks. So boom, that they jumped up. Blame It on Baby is one of at least 10 R&B and hip hop albums released in 2020 that have been reissued in a deluxe format with additional tracks. It seems to be a very profitable thing to do. Release your album, have some tracks waiting, then re-release it, reissue it as a deluxe with like 5, 6, 7, 10 new tracks. And then basically you can get that album back up on the charts. All right. And they named some of the other ones that did that. See, back on the new Billboard 200, Harry Styles, former number 1, Fine Line, captures its third straight week unit again as it climbs 10 to 7 with 39,000 equivalent album units, earned up 26%. Wow. Harry Styles, that's a big jump, up 26%. We'll see if that continues. The rise is concurrent with the focused promotion around the album's current hit single, Watermelon Sugar. So Watermelon Sugar blew up. The album's back in the spotlight. Let's see if they continue to move up. All those other albums are going down. If his continues that same trajectory, he may get back up there, maybe in the top 5, maybe even close to number 1. Ghana's previous leader, Wana, slipped 6 to 8 with just under 39,000 equivalent album units, down 42%. Post Malone's former number 1, Hollywood's Bleeding, is a non-mover at number 9. It is down 1%. Post Malone he's just there. It's like, I don't think Post Malone is ever going to go away. So that's one that's been really interesting to follow. Beyonce closes out the top 10 as her album, The Lion King, The Gift, re-enters the chart at number 10 with 27,000 equivalents. Album units earned up 1,462%. Wow. That's a massive jump. The album originally debuted and peaked at number 2 on August the 3rd, 2019 dated chart. So on August the 3rd, 2019, it made it to number 2, but now it's back up to number 10, and it's up 1,462%. That's pretty big. So the 2 that's moving up is Beyonce, The Lion King, The Gift, and Harry Styles, Fine Line. Yeah, Fine Line. I was thinking Watermelon Sugar, but that's the name of the single. Those are on the trajectory up. Others are on the trajectory down. We'll have Luke Bryan and some of the new things that were released to possibly jump in. And then I think this coming Friday, is Katy Perry. Maybe it's a big album. I'd have to look at the list of the new albums. So that's kind of what's happening on the Billboard charts. Wanted to throw them out there at you. You can give me your predictions. What do you think is going to be moving out of the top 10? What do you think is going to be moving into the top 10? Do you think Luke Bryan? Let's just give me your chart talk. What do you think? What do you think is moving? What do you think is leaving? What do you think is done? What do you think is just going to have a dramatic, like they're kind of on the chart and they're boom, they're just going to be gone? Give me your thoughts. Email me at newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. So what's currently on the Billboard chart? What's number 1? Taylor Swift. It is down. What's moving up is Beyonce and Harry Styles. A lot of other things there in the middle, all kind of moving in a downward projection. Post Malone, just kind of steady. I think he's down 1%. He's just kind of holding steady. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some major chart upheaval happening here in the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I think we may see a really different looking chart in the next couple of weeks. All right, there you have it. There's your chart watch for today, August the 9th, 2020 at 5:07 p.m. Central Time, coming to you from Abilene, Texas. Thank you for listening to the Currently On podcast. And I always say this at the end of every broadcast: life is crazy short. Don't waste a second. Get out there, enjoy it. And hey, put some headphones on. Listen to some music. Enjoy it. All right? Everyone be safe. Everyone have a good one. And be checking back for a new episode, because you never know when I'm going to turn on the microphone and talk about something else. All right? Everyone have a great day and a great week.